Testing tonight for Spurs and Timberwolves, and the Cavaliers an enormous.
Once again, our Sixer.
We've got to stay in the present and remember that today's game swept on your home floor, Maxey said, or you play with some pride.
They're still alive and trying to at least force a Game 5, Legs.
And it's certainly.
Of course, the Sixers in Game 3 looked great in the opening minutes. They had a 12-point lead. Bridges goes inside. He's surrounded. Now adjusts and lays it.
How well is he playing right now offensively? Cal Bridges is in a zone and a rhythm. The last thing you want to see if you're the Sixers is get a layup on his first touch.
Edgecombe can't get the first of the game in Game 3. Towns goes right at Embiid, kicks it back up top. Bridges again looking aggressive, trying to find some room. Paul George on Hart, Oubre on Brunson. Shot clock down to 5. Brunson finds Josh Hart. Fake spins.
Hasn't been a problem. They need him to be aggressive, as you said, and make shots if they can get into that position. There wasn't a lot of contact on that. That's a tough break, as Josh Hart was starting to lose his balance before the whistle.
Brunson, his first shot, knocks down. Really good starts. Misses that first. Brunson looks to push. Brunson on the drive, kicks it out Hart. Hart to Towns. Guarded by Paul George. George has done a good job on Towns in parts of the series. Bridges goes inside and bumped by him in terms of his ability to move defensively as Towns puts it on the floor. Shot clock at 7. Towns lost it, gets it back to Bridges. Bridges off the bounce, pulls back, tough fall-away shot, won't go. Nick Nurse wants Tyrese Maxey to shoot and shoot often. And he's 2 for 2 to start.
And he took a look and knew if he could turn the corner, there's no rim protection.
There's Josh Hart behind the arc. Hart knocks down the.
By the way, he rose up on that, he couldn't wait to release it.
Oubre was the leading scorer the other night. Edgecombe shot blocked by Towns. Towns is in the top 10 in shot blocking in the playoffs. Brunson falls. Maxey looks to push. They've got numbers. Maxey pulls up three-pointer. Won't go.
In acceleration, you have to guard him differently when he's hitting that shot. He just has not been able to find the rhythm from deep.
He has a tendon injury in his right pinky finger. He doesn't talk about it. That one misses. Those players will ever bring up the excuse stuff, but there's no question it's bothering him. And then he picks up a foul. George picks up Brunson. Brunson sees an opening, goes inside, shot off the glass, does not get the bounce. So Maxey already 4 shot attempts in 3.5 minutes. Embiid kicks it out. Edgecombe launches that three-pointer, can't get it to fall. Here's Josh Hart. Good transition defense. McBride pulls up. Three-pointers good for Knicks fans.
And what a difference those kind of sequences make. A wide-open 3 is missed. Knicks make one on the other end. Philadelphia has to convert a higher percentage of these clean looks from the three-point line.
0 for 6 to start. Towns, who's been the facilitator, the hub, whatever you want to call him, he has turned into an excellent playmaker. McBride, corner 3, point range last few games, but he's 2 for 2 to start here today. And an early 8-point lead. The double team on Embiid, turns it over. Knicks looking to push at every opportunity. McBride, try another, puts it up, puts it in. Goal will very stoically listen to him. Edgecombe up top, Embiid. A hot start for the Knicks offensively. Oubre goes across the lane. Well defended. George, quick outlet to McBride. McBride thought about another one. Edgecombe did a good job closing on him. Brunson back to McBride. Wide open 3. He's forced it.
And he hasn't hit the rim yet. That's just a major communication error. You make him pick the ball up. No one rotates the second time around.
Oubre shot blocker. Brunson drives on the rookie Edgecombe. Turns, shoots, and scores from the field. By the way, McBride in the first 3 games in this series was 4 for 14 from 3. He's 4 for 4 in 5 minutes here in Game 4. And Embiid's going to try a 3. That has been a struggle. Had not hit a 3 in the first 3 games. Was 0 for 6. Brunson to Towns. Towns is going to try a three. Knicks not missing early. From three-point range, they've scored 25 points in 6 minutes. Oubre using the screen, goes right at Towns, and gets that one to go.
He has a chance at least to slow the Knicks down initially, but they're too soft on the perimeter right now on the catch. Everybody getting into rhythm with space.
Towns has Maxey on him. Towns goes right inside, stops, pulls up, shot. A 14-point lead. The three ball has been the difference. 1 of 7 from Philly, 7 of 8 for New York. Edgecombe gets inside, comes up short. Again, the mismatch. Towns pass inside, deflected, somehow finds its way to Hart. 7 on the 24. McBride, jab step, pulls back. He's going to have to hoist one up. Hart right now. Mike Brown going with the two bigs, like.
And we've seen the Knicks play like this offensively throughout the postseason in stretches. The question is, how do you slow it down? And now they go to a different look. A lineup that can really hurt you on the offensive glass.
Embiid's going to try another three-pointer. Nice aboard of the Sixers. Happy to see that. He's got 8 of their 16 points. Towns inside, Robinson. Towns gets it back. Shot blocked. Beautiful help defense from Edgecombe. Brunson with 7 to shoot. Jab step. He fires up a three.
That's hold on here to weather this early storm, hoping the Knicks start missing some shots.
Maxey so quick, and Towns went down. Wincing as he comes up the floor. Slight limp as Bridges brings it up. Paul George, it's out on Towns. Towns has really enjoyed doing the playmaking thing. Nice feed inside, another. Maxey, Edgecombe. The rookies played better on the road in the playoffs than at home. Sixers could use a big game from him. He had that amazing game 7. Maxey in rhythm, can't get it. Maxey 0 for 3 from three-point range. Towns fakes. Lost it again. Brunson wants some room, uses a Robinson screen, fires up another three, puts it in! With no ability to brace his fall, as Oubre gets inside, overpowers Brunson. Good move to the basket for Moose as well for Philadelphia. Shamet in the game for the Knicks. He had a strong game 3. A lot of minutes with OG Anunoby out. Shot clock down to 6. Shamet off the bounce, kicks it out. Jordan Clarkson, his first shot. And he is fouled.
Thing going wrong for Philly. They finally get a hard closeout to a shooter, and you actually commit a foul.
Upcoming playoff schedule. A lot of work to do for Philadelphia. We said at the top of the telecast, someday, legs, some NBA team is going to be down 3-0 and come back. And
not just possession by possession, but you string them together quarter by quarter. Put yourself in position to.
Is just incredible, the turnaround.
And their offense has catered toward it, and he has embraced it.
As Maxey in the last elimination game, that was game 7 in Boston. All he did was score 30 points with 11 rebounds.
Attempts tonight, plus this trip to the line. So certainly he came out with the right intent as Andre Drummond gets in.
NBA history gets the follow. Mark trying to walk off. Looked like he turned the ankle. Brunson doubled up top. Shamet. Shot clock at 5. Nice fake from Shamet. Fires away. Hits another three. One shy of the most threes made in a quarter in NBA playoff history.
It's contagious right now because that was good defense by the Sixers other than biting on that pump fake.
Edwards misses. Drummond can't. There comes Josh Hart. Ankle looks fine. Clarkson. Shamet. Wide open three. Puts it in. Of 12 from downtown. Maxey draws the foul on Robinson. And he'll shoot.
Clarkson, one more pass. Another wide open look.
And Maxey with the 2 free throws.
Are playing once they cross half court. So sharp. Every cut is sharp. Everybody finding the net.
Maxey, this is the second free throw. Pass goes ahead to Josh Hart. Hart against Maxey, looking to post him up. Backs in. Shot in the paint is up. off the mark. Drummond able to tip it out on Maxey. Knicks have been double teaming him all series. Maxey stumbles a bit. Shot clock winding down. Gets inside, lost the ball. Goes up. No fouls to give here for the Sixers. Brunson will bring it up. Brunson to Shamet. Final second, Shamet a three. And that will end the first
focus and follow the game plan.
You're filling in for OG again and making the most of it. Like he said, what is your mindset to try to help close this thing out?
I mean, OG's, one of our star players, one of our best guys. I can't replace him by myself. It takes a full team.
Thank you, Goose. Good luck the rest of the way. Mike.
All right, Lisa. Well, McBride started for Anunoby in game 3, and he was 1 for 6. He's 4 for 4 tonight. Josh Hart misses Embiid, Edgecombe, Oubre, Paul George. Edwards makes his move, pulls up, and draws the foul.
I think we may have just seen it replicated here. You can't shoot better than they just have to start this game. And for Philadelphia right now, it gets down to this.
He had one of the great games of his career back in March, had a 32-point game. He's a good young player, doesn't always
can score, and he's one of those guys that if he gets a couple of shots to go early, he's another weapon for Nick Nurse, and he's got him in here, I think, trying to hopefully give them a little bit of a spark offensively.
Towns throws it. Let's have Alvarado and Clarkson, Shamet, Hart, and Towns. George can't get that to fall. Hart's been one of the leaders in rebounding in the playoffs. Clarkson, Shamet, no hesitation. Landry Shamet. The Knick bench in these playoffs lead the entire playoffs in plus minus. The 76ers 16th out of 16 teams. Shamet feeling it, trying to go for a banker, can't get it. Clarkson the offensive rebound. Towns touch pass to Hart. Hart puts it up, shot is good, and a foul. Got 7 assists already. Hart hits the Sixers going to just try and chip away. Knicks still playing tough physical defense. Paul George trying to get free, gets away from Towns. Shot is good. Soft touch from Paul George. Alvarado racing up the floor. Quentin Grimes guarding him. Alvarado inside, finds Towns. Towns pass to Hart. Hart flips it up and good. Another assist for Karl Anthony Towns.
Everything is available to the Knicks offensively right now. Whatever they want to do, even when they get it on the interior and there's traffic around, one more pass, you get a good answer. Early bucket before the Knicks are set.
Edgecombe's first field goal, his first point. Towns throws it back. Shamet a corner three. Hart at Alvarado. Back to Shamet. Inside Clarkson. Clarkson a floater. Can't get it to go, and Embiid. There's Quentin Grimes. Finds some room. Shot in and out. Hart directing traffic. Clarkson. Alvarado. And tripped by Grimes. That's going to be the second team foul. Alvarado right back to Towns. Towns turns, shoots, and scores. Karl Anthony Towns make that 8 points, 8 assists, and the lead is up to 24.
Sixers trying to zone off of that side out of bounds. Did not communicate it well at all.
Bridges the steal. Alvarado the three. Air ball. Robinson offensive rebound. McBride tries again. Hits again. A playoff topic. Ask AI mode in Google search. Joel Embiid knocks down the shot. All right, so like, how do you stay with it? Just what's it like playing in that instant?
Mike, because the one thing you wanted in a situation down 0-3 is hope and belief. And the Knicks came out and tried to take that right from them. All you can do is continue to fight on this end. Hopefully force some tough shots, string at this before halftime.
Maxey brings it up. Edgecombe lost his sneaker. They're playing 4-on-5. Now he joins them in the front court. Robinson trying to help out. Good double team. Maxey's seen that all series. Embiid drives down the lane. Still with 12 points.
I mean, and that illustrates the extent to which Joel Embiid is limited right now physically. He had a wide open lane. He didn't even think about dunking that basketball.
Robinson, the offensive rebound. Barlow could feel the raw emotion from Nick Nurse.
I love it. No resignation whatsoever. That's the only message you can have. And you're just trying to continue to get his guys to fight through this.
Robinson, another offensive rebound. Brunson three-pointer. That's short. Gets his own rebound again. Sidestep. Kicks it back out. Mikal Bridges walks into a three. Ball deflected. Bridges gets it again. Barlow
knock out a shooter if you're the closer. You can't leak up the floor right now. They give up 2 long rebounds that should have been secured by a guard at the top.
Alley-oop. Robinson couldn't get it. They get another one. That's 5 offensive rebounds on this possession. Hart shot won't go. Gallery. Here comes Maxey racing up the floor. Sidestep layup is good. Back after putting themselves in such an enormous hole. Well, this team has fought all season long through injuries, through that first round series. Bridges layup, got it the second.
He doesn't put it down often from that distance and get all the way to the rim. He's really always looking for that mid-range, or he's going to get a slash on the weak side.
McBride on the bounce, looking for an opening. Finds Bridges. Robinson hands it right back. Bridges corner Hart. Three-pointer puts it up. Shot won't go. Maxey dances up the floor. Uses Embiid as the screen. Gets inside. Layup. Shot won't go. Finds up with it. Knicks have numbers the other way. Hart kicks it out. McBride tries another three. Bridges another offensive rebound. Trying to get out there. Puts up the layup and banks it home. He wanted.
Knicks now, even when they don't make a shot on that rare occasion, really hurting the Sixers with second effort on the glass.
Embiid rebounds in 8 minutes. Knicks have 9 offensive rebounds. Embiid easily wins the tip. Edgecombe trying to get going, gets inside, beautiful move, and he banks it home. What a sweet move by the rim.
We're casual getting back, so he just put his head down and got to the rim.
And another tip. Brunson able to save it. Oubre trying to poke it away. These last 4.5 minutes critical for Philadelphia just to put a dent into this big lead as they head into the locker room. Brunson against Barlow. Falling away. Just grazes the rim. Edgecombe gets in the paint. Fires away. Shot no good. Embiid the tip and a foul.
And not only 3 defenders, also draws the attention of Karl Anthony Towns, who does not see Embiid slip in there for this offensive rebound.
First foul on here. The Knicks fans say are so loud here as Embiid completes the three-point play to a championship.
Seen the replay 100 times. I still can't believe that ball went in.
One of the most memorable shots in NBA history. Meanwhile, still 4 minutes to go here in the second. Sixers a chance to cut into this enormous lead. Offensive
right there. Drummond wasn't going to get to it. Nice job by Paul George holding his ground. And Philly with a chance here now to get it under 20.
Remember in game 5 in the first round, facing elimination on the road in Boston as Brunson found Oubre.
Maxey trying to get it going. DraftKings is the #1 sports book for live betting. Use promo code SPLASH when you sign up.
Points, also had 8 rebounds. He's their second leading scorer in this series. And they say Knicks starting 5 back in. That includes McBride, who's starting for OG Anunoby, missing his second game. George all over Hart. Towns against Drummond. Kicks it out Brunson. Corner 3. Got it. 3 of the first half. The NBA record for most in a playoff game is 25. Drummond back to 21. Brunson on the drive. Back out Hart. Hart's going to try a three-pointer. That's good. Back. Oubre inside. Gets hammered. And Oubre's filling over banners. Villanova plays a lot of their games. Oubre. Round pick. Line drive is good. And the Knicks fans are a roar. He has worked all season with Peter Patton, their shooting coach. The form is better as he hits just over 2.5 remaining. George and Embiid back in. Kicks it out in the corner. Edgecombe lines it up. Shot won't go. And Edgecombe 0 for 4 from 3. Just 2 of 9 overall. Brunson goes to help out. Brunson on the drive. Puts it up left hand. Won't go. Robinson on the follow.
You either commit to this strategy or you don't. Like, it doesn't matter to me that he made a couple. if this is what you want to do here, when you have that window of opportunity.
That is crushing off the miss. They get another offensive rebound. Their 12th offensive rebound of the first half. Shot clock at 4. Brunson looking, fires away, way off. George searching, rifles a pass in the corner. Quentin Grimes knocks down the 3. Basketball to be played. Grimes with his first field goal, first points. Maxey gets up on Bridges using a Robinson screen. Falling away, Bridges shot's good.
He has perfected that shot. That's his favorite shot on the floor. Going left with that lean back. Sometimes off 2 feet, sometimes off 1. So comfortable.
Embiid and Robinson, they're going to call.
He has taken a beating.
For a man his size, such a 27. The Knicks have hit 16 three-pointers here in the first half. 11 came in the first quarter. Ariel Huckporty getting some minutes. McBride pulls back, and a reach and foul on Maxey, who does not like the call. No quick decision there, so McBride will go to the line. Coming up, the NBA halftime.
Numbers are incredible what they put up. Go back and look, including that incredible NBA Finals against the Defensive Player of the Year, Dikembe Mutombo, and the Philadelphia 76ers.
Bridges, another fine defensive play with the deflection. Brunson, McBride, three-pointer, puts him. 6th three-pointer of the first half. He's got 20 points. And the lead back up to 26. Embiid spins against Huckporty, off balance.
Made threes here before the half.
With 17 of 20.
That Atlanta series. But if you're Nick Nurse coming into this, you're thinking, hey, yeah, they can get on a roll.
Huckporty. He's gotten some minutes earlier in the series. Bridges gets it, 5 on the 24. Out to Hart. Hart lines up, three-pointer. It's good. 3.5 in a playoff game, and it's back to 27. The Sixers put a little dent in the big lead. Knicks get it right back. Grimes fires away. Got it. With 1.2 remaining. Josh Hart gets it, fires it down court. Anthony Towns just with his 10th assist of the game. He had 2 triple-doubles in the Hawks series as Paul George knocks that one down.
And look, the Knicks are shooting the ball incredibly well, but I just think Philadelphia's making so many mistakes on this end. Even that first possession, right out of the possession, basically sums up what I was just describing.
No question. Edgecombe picked up that foul. Another pass inside to Hart. Hart back out to Towns. Shot clock winding down. Hart took a shot in the head. Towns' runner. Short but a foul. Be the hub in the high post, and he's been magnificent at it.
Allowing him more cutters from that area of the floor. Easy for him to see it.
Undefeated in this postseason. Towns now tests. Tyrese Maxey 10 points in that first half. Towns trying to help out. Maxey double team. Threw it behind Embiid. Embiid fakes the pass. Got it caught on his hip a little bit. Pulls back and nails the jumper from the field.
Well, it really is remarkable how easy he makes it look. You know, he's just so big and combines it with that shooting touch.
Towns fakes, drives on him, gets inside, lays it up. He has really hurt.
And they've attacked him from the very beginning of this game. Anytime he's got any sort of closeout coverage, they're going right at my body in the way to some degree, but clearly he was sliding and moving when that contact took place. Defensive letdowns. I just didn't think they came out with the appropriate intention of taking away space at the start of the game, and they let a...
That first roundhouse punch kind of deflated them. Bridges trying to find an opening. Back up top, Josh Hart. Hart finds Bridges. Bridges drives on Embiid. Goes inside, kicks it out. McBride. Corner 3 is up. Won't go. Robinson tips it. Oubre takes it. Tyrese Maxey to George. Catch and release. Knocked that in, but he's had another one of those games defensively. He's done an excellent job. For a guy that There was a lot of clamoring for Mike Brown to take him out of the starting lineup during the early part of the Hawks series. He's playing some of the best basketball. Right on cue, nails that one.
He is now 40 for his last 58 from the field.
Embiid. A smooth.
Higher in the first half after struggling in the first 5. Set the stage for what he's doing now. Is
Pointers for the Knicks. 19 of 31. Edgecombe to Embiid. Robinson trying to stop him. Back to Edgecombe. Goes back door. The rookie spins in. Layup's good. Just an amazing regular season. He's had some great playoff games, and he's had, like all rookies do, ups and downs in his first year in the NBA playoffs. Alley-oop pass. 27, equaling the largest of the game. Embiid. Maxey finding his spot. He's just off the mark.
Fingers. That ball can maybe not feel right. His hand might not be spread out quite the same. And his consistency just hasn't been from deep.
He's 2 for 16 from 3 in the series. Quentin Grimes fires away. Edgecombe gets the rebound. Back out Maxey. Maxey knocks down that three. Barlow has come back in. Trying to put some defense and some length on Jalen Brunson. Brunson, another excellent game. 17 points, 6 assists. A crossover, the drive. Inside, reverse, he's got it. Brunson, deflected by McBride. Brunson a 3. Bang! 22 more points, 6 assists, and a 29-point lead. Maxey catches, fires, can't get it. Bridges catches, fires, not that time. The Sixers out there playing hard. They've run into a juggernaut right now. The way the Knicks have been playing since game 4 of the first round. Count it and a foul. Barlow available. I love stories like Barlow, and that he wasn't drafted. Two-way deal, and because of how 9 games they converted to a standard contract. Great hustle player, rebounder, and defender. Josh Hart rattles him for 21 for 34. That's 62%.
This was Josh Hart's best year shooting the 3, but only 20% in the postseason until today.
Embiid lost it, falls down, finds Edgecombe, and Edgecombe gets inside and backs up. Hart holding it up. We just passed the midway point of the third. Shot clock at 5. McBride sets, fires, connects. Deuce McBride is
basic guard-on-guard screening action. That's got to be a switch every single time. Sixers don't communicate.
Maxey alley-oop. Grimes couldn't handle it. Hart. Maxey looking. Good ball denial. Knicks still playing tough, hungry defense. That's been such a huge part of their turnaround, both in the regular season and here in the playoffs.
And it was rising as it left the court.
Embiid hands off Edgecombe. McBride trying to stay with him. Kicks it out in the corner. Maxey. Back out Grimes. Grimes catches, fires. Short. They're just 6 of 23 from long distance. Knicks 22 of 35. That's right, 22 of 35 as Edgecombe.
Knicks today, you come in, you're not. OG Anunoby right now is out obviously with the hamstring. You're up 3-0. You don't know, like, how's the focus going to be at the start of the game? They clearly came out, did not want to give Philly any life in this game, trying to end this series.
The hunger and intensity they came out with.
It has really picked up their defensive pressure and attention to detail on the other end.
A 30-point lead, under 5 to play. Towns, look at the pass. He wants to pass.
He turned around and there was still nobody there. So he's like, yeah, I guess I might as well go ahead and shoot it. I'm surprised he wasn't too dizzy to release it.
Drummond puts it on the floor. Shot blocked by Towns. Just all-around basketball of your career. He's been doing that in this postseason. Drummond and Towns chatting. Brunson gets away from him, and a foul on Drummond.
Big always knows where his rotation has to be.
Towns drives on Drummond. The runner's up. Shot no good. Drummond picks cheeks. Who owns a bunch of records for the 76ers. And a head coach, you won't meet a finer man than Mo Cheeks.
And I think one of the most yards in this league, but man, he could really defend and was a great floor leader.
And one of the great moments in NBA history is when he sang the national anthem in Portland with that.
53 years since their last title. Knicks trying to get one step closer.
Towns running the floor, goes into Drummond, tried to jam it, goes down.
Staff, that's the only thing right now that the Knicks are trying to avoid as they.
Meanwhile, Towns spoils some free chicken. It's hard in this position, you know, if you're the Sixers, not to just let go of the rope at this point. With 7 on the shot clock, they're still battling and trying as Maxey can't get to the full 15 in what has been a spectacular season for one of the best young players in the NBA. Towns trying to draw a foul. Rebound comes out, and McBride can't grab it, so Philly.
That is so rare to have his scoring numbers and opportunities as a scorer come down in the playoffs, but just get player because of the way they've adapted their offense to fit his skill set as a passer.
Alvarado. Well, Towns has played in the last 2 conference finals. Last year with the Knicks, the year before with Minnesota.
Humming right now offensively is giving anybody right now that has to.
Well, Maxey, as they wanted the sweep, they wanted to get some time off. Alvarado. Drive blocked by Grimes. Nice defensive play. Hukporti picks it up. Landry Shamet. And how about Shamet of record? And Shamet, another 4 3-pointers. Got extra time without Anunoby. Beautiful left-hand move from Tyrese.
Much respect for Shamet. Just his readiness.
Oh, everything here in the third. But so often you get a late first or a second-round pick for the Knicks.
And he said it right away when OG Anunoby went down that if anybody could step up and produce, he was ready for that.
Bryn had a word with him, probably saying, hey, let's not get involved in that stuff at this point. Play through it. Hukporti puts it on the floor. Tried the jam, and he's because of Towns' foul problems and Robinson's foul problems. It's the first coming up after we're done here. And talk about another spectacular performance from the Knicks.
Maybe another night when the hack-a-mix strategy is working to a greater degree, and it makes Mike Brown go in a different direction.
Loose ball. He's in 28 years with the Sixers. When you come to a game and the PA announcer can really enhance the product, congratulations on a wonderful career. There's Clarkson. Winding down the third quarter. Jordan Clarkson flips it up and in. 41 here in the third. They've got 122 points, and there's still a quarter to go. You talk about operating on all cylinders on the offensive end. Edgecombe falls down. Bono gets inside. And that will not for the Knicks, as both teams now starting to empty the benches. Edgecombe still out there with Barlow, Bona, Dalen Terry, and Edwards. Rebound there with Shamet, Alvarado, Pacone Dadier, and Tyler Kolek. Hukporti liking those drives to the basket. Rick Brunson is an assistant coach. He always wanted to play for the Sixers, but after Temple, the time he was cut was by the Sixers. And the last time he was cut when he knew his career was over was by the Sixers, and it was a Knicks-Sixer preseason game. New York down to Philadelphia, and the two of them were crying in the car because it was the end of Rick Brunson's career. And when his career was over, he started working with about how hard he pushed Jalen to be a great player. As Alvarado comes up with that. And you see what has developed there with Jalen Brunson, now one of the elite players in the NBA. Dadier.
Threes
It was his third game as a
in
Knick.
this building.
26 points, 8 threes, had 5 steals. Banks that one in. It's a dream come true for him to be with the Knicks. He was born in Brooklyn, played high school in Queens, and now he's playing the NBA in Manhattan, so he's covering at least 3 of the boroughs. You know, one of the keys for the Knicks this year, one of the things they wanted to improve, and they've done that, is their bench play. And again, their bench has been excellent in the postseason. His Edgecombe shot off the mark.
And now there are just more buttons for Mike Brown to push because of the contributions he can get from a different guy on a given night. And I talked about Shamet. I'll finish my point on that. He was a guy that was playing here, had an injury, goes out for a while, comes back about the same time McBride gets inserted in the lineup. So now his minutes were affected, but just always ready to come in, compete, better defender than you would think, and obviously can really shoot. He's going to have moments for the Knicks that are impactful going forward the rest of this run.
Terry, the runner, here to greet him. Alvarado tries a three-pointer. Well, he hit 8 here at the bench. In the offseason. I can't believe we're having this with 9.5 minutes remaining here in the fourth.
Yeah, this is Tyrese Maxey's offense now, and he had an all-league season, but those are tough decisions to make when you have that kind of salary cap limitations.
Really hurt. Meanwhile, Paul George, he signed through 2028. He's going to be 36 later this month.
That's the thing with Embiid, because you look back to the Boston series, they don't win that series if Embiid doesn't come back into that series and really force Mike. That is so hard to find an answer for defensively, but he's got so many issues with the injury.
Terry knocks that down. You know what's crazy, which was such an inspirational win. Down 3 games to 1 against the Celtics. Win 2 games in Boston, including Game 7. As Kolek on the verge of being swept and dominated. Bona misses.
The exception of what they're dealing with right now with Anunoby, which doesn't look to be all that serious.
Again, it's another unbelievable road performance. Many of the signature wins for the Knicks have been on the road. Last year and this year, you know what their road record is? And it's counting this afternoon if they obviously hold on and deal our way off in the last 2 playoffs.
That's focus, and that's also great rhythm to play that well on the road, particularly what they've done here to turn this around. And they represent a big challenge for anybody preparing to play them.
Jeremy Sohan, Hukporty, and finishes that one. Knicks. There was an offensive clinic tonight. You know, Legs, we talked about so many of the players as Kolek flips it up, had excellent seasons and magnificent playoffs for the Knicks. But the job that Mike Brown has done under intense pressure all season long, never panicked, tried different things, listened to so many people. He took over Tom Thibodeau, one of the all-time great coaches who took the Knicks to the conference finals last year. And he's handled, Mike Brown has, he's handled the ups and downs so well, including not pandering into this or any NBA playoff topic. Ask AI Mode in Google search. So extensive time as the great Marv Albert uses annihilation for the 2nd straight series in a clinching game for the Knicks. He did it to the Hawks in Game 6 and here against the Sixers in Game 4.
And so critical to have the mindset to end series when you get an opportunity. There's one less game you have to play in a series for an injury or something unexpected to happen or have it get dragged out. So the Knicks came out today with great purpose.
Terry to Bona. Bona fighting inside, gets it up and in. And Embiid missed the first 3 games. Kolek is the 3rd string point guard. He had some really good moments this year. Dadier, the 2nd-year player from France, blocked by Bona. Picked up by Sohan, the former Spur, and Dadier. We petitioned for running time here in the fourth quarter.
I wouldn't mind it.
We've been denied. Edwards drives inside. Nice move from Edwards. As we hit the 5-minute mark. So if you're the Knicks now, you're rooting for the Cavaliers and the Pistons to have a nice long series. Although, is there a balance between, yes, you want a nice long series and having so much time off while they're still...
There's no question they would prefer that other series to go as long as possible. If Mike Brown had his way, I'm sure he'd wish for a Game 7 in that series and a physical conclusion to, hopefully for them, at full strength with OG Anunoby making a return at some point.
Nice steal by Terry. Again, that's the key for the Knicks. Anunoby, who was probably missing the last 2 games with a hamstring injury. He's still listed day to day. And Knicks had the luxury of being able to sit him the last 2. Terry is fouled. He's born in North Philly, went to Cardinal Doherty High School, had a championship ring with his work ethic got him there. And Nick Nurse said this about him: I have not smart, tough. He's a bulldog. What an outstanding career.
One of the most physical pound for pound and part of a championship team as a result.
Now, he has not announced his retirement. There's been hints of that. That'll tap on his shooting hand finger. He says, I watched Kyle Lowry win a championship and he had all sorts of injuries and he played through it. And did not play much this year, Kyle Lowry, but certainly a mentor and a leader for a lot of these young Sixers.